I recently did something completely out of character. I took a YouTube course. I joined the Part-Time YouTuber Academy by Abdaal, and it has completely changed the way I think about YouTube, how I make videos, and the support system I have. And I'm already seeing the results of that. So today I wanted to give you a bit of a behind the scenes into my YouTube channel and the course I've been taking and how this course has impacted my channel and actually my entire life. Okay, let's go. Hey and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and I'm a German mechanical engineer based in Sweden. I work full-time as an engineer and create YouTube videos in my free time all about engineering, productivity and career advice. To give you a 360 picture of my experience with the Part-Time YouTuber Academy, I will split this video into 5 parts. Why I decided to take this course, the main lessons I learned during the course, the results I got from it so far, whether or not I would recommend the course, and then finally how I think you can get the most value from the course. By the way, if you do decide to take this course, I have an affiliate link for you, and if you sign up through my link, I will give you a free one-on-one coaching session to get you prepared for the course. But more on that at the end of the video and in the description box down below. Let's get into the video. So let's start with the first part, why I signed up for PTYA. Signing up for a YouTube course was out of character for me because I used to think that all online courses are scams. I thought they just want to make money off you and make false promises without ever delivering on that. But the Part-Time YouTuber Academy stood out to me for 2 main reasons. The first thing that stood out to me is Abdaal himself. He's a very successful YouTuber with currently 2.73 million subscribers. And I've been following his YouTube journey for years. He started out as a medical student and later doctor who consistently made videos 2 times a week while working full-time. So very similar to my situation right now, as I'm working full-time as an engineer and trying to do YouTube on the side without my life falling apart. So I thought, I want to know how he did that. The second thing that stood out to me was what the course promised and what it did not promise to do. On his website, Abdaal says that all you need to succeed on YouTube is to produce content that your audience finds useful, post this on YouTube once a week, and repeat this for at least 2 years. So he basically says there's no secret, you don't need this course to be successful on YouTube. The only thing this course does is to give you a system to create content in a way that's sustainable long term and a community that will support you along the way. And that's exactly what I personally was missing because I had no one in my life who was also doing YouTube, and even though it's a really fun hobby, there are also struggles that you run into, and it can get quite lonely if you have no one to talk to who knows exactly what you're going through. So I got super excited about this course until I saw the price. It is expensive. And at first that was pretty much the end of it. I wasn't gonna do it. But then I found myself constantly thinking about the course and going back to their website, rereading the course description and watching all of the review videos I could find on YouTube. So I thought to myself, okay, if the course really does what it says it does, then this is exactly what I need. And there is a money back guarantee if you complete all the homework assignments and still don't get value from the course. And Abdaal is a big name, so I trust in that. So the risk of taking this course and it not being worth it isn't really that high. So I decided to make a deal with myself, and this was maybe 3 or 4 weeks before the sign up for PTYA closed. I said if I manage to post 1 video per week until the sign up closes, then I will allow myself to take this course. I wanted to prove to myself that I really mean business and that I wasn't gonna slack off during the course. Well, spoiler alert, I managed to fulfill the deal and I signed up for the course. So let me share what happened next. Part 2. What did I learn during PTYA? I picked my favorite 5 lessons that I learned during PTYA, that if you take away anything from this video, let it be these 5 lessons because they were really life-changing to me and I wish I had known them sooner. Lesson number 1. The very first lesson I learned is the only thing that really matters is making videos. When I got started on YouTube, I felt really overwhelmed because I thought I needed to learn all about gear and keyword optimization and shutter speed and analytics. All of these things I had no idea about. But in the very first lecture of the course, I learned that none of this really matters in the beginning. The only thing that really matters is that you make videos. So even if you don't end up taking this course, if you just start making videos, you'll have a 100% advantage on YouTube over people who don't make videos. The second lesson I learned is to switch from a consumer mindset to a creator mindset. When it comes to content, more than 99% of the population are consumers, which means that they only consume movies, books, videos, podcasts, blog posts, whatever else. And less than 1% of people are creators, meaning that they also create videos, vlogs, books, music, and other media. And what that means is that 99% of people are missing out on this amazing thing that happens when you start creating, the creator mindset. Making videos actually changed the way that I consume other people's content. Suddenly I find ideas and inspiration and things I love everywhere. When I now read books or watch YouTube videos or listen to a podcast, I constantly have to pause because I want to write something down that I heard and keep getting ideas from them. And then I actually get to bring that into my own content and save them for myself forever and also share them with other people. And now I cannot stop creating, which brings me to lesson number 3. The more you make, the more you make. Before I started making videos, and even in the first few months of making them, I had this worry that I would run out of ideas. And I even saved some of my ideas for later, even though I thought they would make a good video. But I thought, well, I'm not good at making videos yet, so I better not waste these good ideas on my bad skills and wait until I can make better videos. Boy, was I wrong. We should all use our best ideas right now, because chances are the process of creating and the connections that this builds in our brains are gonna give us even more and even better ideas. During the course, we also learned something called the content generation machine.
All right, the idea generation machine. Basically, how do we systemize the process of generating ideas? We've talked about how success on YouTube needs us to post consistently, in my book, once a week. Your mileage may vary, but once a week is generally a reasonable cadence. How do we post once a week, and how do we do this for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years? I've been doing YouTube for like 4.5 years now. That's a long time. We've been posting 2 videos a week for most of that time. That is a lot of ideas. And before I discovered the various systems for idea generation, I viewed idea generation as like a big heavy lift. It was like I would do a video, I'd get the video done, and then I'd think about the next video, like, okay, what idea am I going to do next? And it was such a heavy lift trying to come up with an idea and then write it, film, script, edit, the whole shebang, and to do it over and over and over again. Very quickly, within a few weeks of doing this, I realized that this is unsustainable, and I can't actually come up with a new idea every single week to film that week. And therefore, I needed to figure out some kind of system around this. At the time, I had like 2 techniques at my arsenal. Now, there are 7 techniques that we're going to teach you in this session for how to come up with ideas. So, what are the elements of the idea generation machine? Basically, there's 2 components of it. There's capture and there is generate. Now, there's 3 things that we're going to talk about in capture. That's the eureka moments, the birdsong technique, and coal mining. And then within generate, there are 4 things we're going to talk about. That's 5 months in 5 minutes, ask the audience, ethical analytica, and a new addition, which we added in like today. So I haven't updated the table of contents slide, but there are 4 elements in the generate thing, which we will get to as well. So in total, we have 7 aspects of our idea generation machine, which basically means that we will never run out of ideas.
When I started my channel, I could come up with maybe 15 different video ideas, and some of them were terrible. But now with the methods from the course and this mindset shift in constantly looking for ideas in other people's content or in everyday conversations, and most importantly, writing them down, I cannot save myself from ideas. So I just checked, and I have a backlog of 208 video ideas in my note-taking system that I have not used for any video yet. And I add at least 1 idea every single day, sometimes 20. Especially if I'm script writing that day, because writing always gives me more ideas. It really is true that the more videos you make, the more videos you will feel inspired to make. And it doesn't stop there. I cannot stop making content. I started with making only longer videos on YouTube. Now I also started making YouTube shorts and putting them on TikTok as well, and being more active on Twitter. I started my own newsletter, and I'm thinking I want to build a website, I want to start a podcast. Maybe I want to write a book one day. I just cannot stop. And I love it. It's been really fun. Okay, lesson number 4. Always start with the title and thumbnail, or the packaging. Now, this was not the first time I heard this. Everyone who gives YouTube advice says this, right?
If your title and thumbnail sucks, it doesn't really matter how good your videos are, because no one is gonna click on them. Yada, yada, yada.
Now, I thought I had understood this before, but really I wasn't doing that. I would put, 2 to 4 hours into writing the script, and then another hour into filming, 10 plus hours into editing, and then I would start uploading the video to YouTube, and during that time, take a screenshot from the video, put it in PowerPoint, add some text, quickly write up a title that I thought of, and then post that. So the part of the video that most people were going to see, which is the title and thumbnail, I was not even putting 5% of my effort into. And I can tell you from the course that I was by far not the only one doing this. And we all knew that we technically shouldn't be doing this, but for me to understand what I should actually be doing instead, how this process could look like, it took for me to see someone else do this. So we had this deep dive session with Elizabeth Elizabeth Phillips. She's another successful YouTuber, and she hosts some of the sessions in the Part-Time YouTuber Academy. And during one of the sessions, she started writing a video in front of us while sharing her screen. And so the very first thing she did was to write down at least 10 video ideas and then highlight the one that she liked the most. And she would search on YouTube for similar videos to either get inspiration for a good title or for the thumbnail. And she would actually take screenshots of thumbnails that she liked and that she might want to take some elements from. And only when she had basically her title and thumbnail figured out and had some examples for her to later base her design on, then she went on to write the first word of her script. And even though this sounds so basic, for me it was like an epiphany moment. It just showed me how valuable it is to learn about other people's processes, especially if they're successful with it. Because there's no blueprint to this YouTube thing, and it is really powerful if you don't have to figure out every single thing by yourself. I also found that I found the process of writing videos a lot more fun, and I'm more likely to start writing a script if I'm following this process. If I know that the first step of scripting is basically this like fun and easy exercise of looking at other people's content, getting inspiration, writing up a few titles, and not I have to sit down right now and I have to write a 1500 word script. And once the script is started with this fun and simple exercise, then it is much easier to come back and continue because you already have the momentum. The start is the hardest part. There are a lot of other things that I learned from other YouTubers during the course that helped me upgrade my process, but this was by far the most impactful lesson to me. And finally, lesson number 5 is whatever your goals are, you need a support system. This is not even specific to YouTube at all, and in fact, the support system I built from the YouTube course is not only helping me with YouTube. So what do I mean by support system? Well, during the course there were a few different systems in place to help us connect with the other participants. You were given an accountability partner based on your skills and interests to basically complement each other. You were assigned a house, like in Harry Potter, of maybe 30 people, where you had this weekly call called a house party to share struggles and advice. Then you could of course chat during the live sessions, and there were also tons of breakout rooms where you could talk to 2 or 3 other people about a specific topic and connect with them. And then there's also this platform called Circle, where it's basically like a forum. You can ask for advice, you can share your successes, and also all of the course content is saved on there. So I met a lot of people during the course, and with quite a few of them I'm still calling and chatting every week. For example, my house decided to continue the house parties, so we're still hanging out every Saturday for an hour to talk about YouTube. I also found this group of people who I connected with because we were all super active in the chat and always asking questions in the lectures and so on. So we decided to also have a weekly call, and it just so happens that everyone is doing a lot of other side projects like starting a business or running a podcast or doing online courses and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to learn from everyone and get inspired. So pretty much whatever project I want to start in the future, I know that I have this group of people that either have done it themselves and can give me advice, or that will listen to my struggles and try their best to help me. And I truly believe that I would not be here making videos if I had not found this support system, because it is so easy to give up, especially in the beginning when you're not seeing any outside rewards for your work. But if you have people asking you every week what you're working on, when your next video is going to be out, and what struggles you have and how they can help you, then this really keeps you accountable and motivated to keep going. So now I know that if I ever want to start something new in the future, I will be damn sure to have a support system in place first, and then everything else is just going to be so much easier. So whether that's talking to my existing contacts or going out and joining another community, I will be so much more likely to continue working towards my goals if I have a group of people to share them with. So these were 5 life-changing lessons I learned during PTYA. Let's talk about the real stuff now. The results. Let's start with some numbers and go all the way to the beginning of my channel. I started making videos in June 2021, and I had 0 subscribers for the first 2 months of making videos. I made 5 videos before gaining my first subscriber, which was in August 2021. So things were going very slow. And then in October I signed up for PTYA, and we were actually asked to reflect on our YouTube channel and skills before and after the course to track our development. My reflections are exactly 2 months and 8 videos apart. So in October 2021, before I started the course, I had 11 videos up on my channel, 6 subscribers, 171 total views, and my most popular video had 29 views. And then directly after the course in December 2021, I had 19 published videos, 39 subscribers, 867 total views, views on my channel and 224 views on my most popular video. Then in the beginning of February 2022, so about 3 weeks ago, I hit 100 subscribers, which was super exciting for me. Now it's the end of February, about 2.5 months after the course, and I have 30 videos on my channel, 369 subscribers, 11,905 total views on my channel, and 5,540 views on my most popular video. So I have been gaining almost 100 subscribers per week for the past 3 weeks, which is the same amount that I managed to grow in the first 7 months of my channel, which is super exciting. But the numbers are of course not the whole story. During the course reflection, we were also asked to score ourselves in different skill areas before and after the course. So here you have my scores before and after visualized, and it shows that I've mainly improved in terms of niche, confidence, productivity, and idea generation. And then since the course, I've also been working a lot on my studio setup. I was able to speed up my editing by about 50%. So the videos that used to take me 10 or more hours are now taking me between 4 and 6 hours to edit. I've also massively improved my setup and production value with the gear and the settings recommended in the course. So based on that, I bought my first camera and microphone and studio lights. And if you look back on my older videos, you can see a really big improvement. I'm of course still working on that. So this is something I think that you can always improve even more, but I would not have gotten here this fast without the support. I mentioned earlier that I now have a really large backlog of video ideas, and I also gained a lot of clarity on my target audience during the course. So who are the people who I want to make videos for? And I feel so much more confident on camera. I did not enjoy filming in the beginning at all, which sounds weird because that's kind of the point of YouTube, right? But for me, I just wanted to get certain topics across, and the filming process was just kind of this necessary evil, and it felt really uncomfortable. But now with all the feedback I've been getting on how I can improve my camera presence, and with learning how to set up my camera and microphone and lights so that I know the video is gonna look good, which for some reason also gives me a little push, a little kick when I'm filming, and makes me more confident to know that the video is gonna turn out at least decent. So this whole process has just gotten a lot more fun, and I feel more confident. My journey is of course not anywhere near the end. I'm just getting started. So let's see what the next 2 years bring. This brings me to part 4 of the video. Would I recommend PTYA? Would I? 100% yes, but not to everyone. I don't think this course is for everyone. I think you will benefit tremendously from this course if you are serious about creating videos on a regular basis, are ready to commit to making videos every week, are looking for a community to get support from but also give support to, if you want to grow organically and sustainably on YouTube, if you're interested in monetizing your channel down the line and making certain parts of the creation process more efficient, and if you want to learn how to select the right gear, find your niche and target audience, and improve your storytelling. I don't think you will benefit from this course if you are looking to get rich quick with YouTube, if you're not willing to put in the work of making a video every week, if you think you're doing everything right with your videos and are not open to receiving feedback, if you don't want to make your process more efficient because you think this is like your art, your way of expressing yourself, you would never consider, you know, outsourcing your editing or reusing some of your content, and if you're not willing to give to other people and help them out, because I think this is kind of the strongest part of this course, the community that you can get from it. But this is not a one-sided thing. You need to support others to get support from them and to build these really powerful connections that lift you up and accompany along your journey. So if you're part of that first group, then 100% would I recommend PTYA. But what about the price? When I first saw the price of the course, I was blown out of my socks, and I thought, no thanks, that's way too expensive. But I did tell you also that I ended up buying the course anyway, and I do think that it's worth its price, and that there are even some advantages to having a bit of a higher price. Like, I was committed to this. I was not gonna let myself slack, because this is like serious money for me. So I felt like I better get this value out of the course, and took it really seriously. And so if you know that this kind of thing can motivate you, if you're like spending a little bit more money, then it might work for you as well. You can also apply for a scholarship if you can afford the course. You can find more on that on the PTYA website. And I understand why the price has to be this high. Like, the amount of value put into this course is really tremendous. You will get extensive feedback on every single one of your videos that you post, and you have, you know, something going on all the time, live sessions every single day except Sunday. And if you're struggling with making videos, there will be like extra sessions for you to help you get back on board. So the price is high, but I do think it's justified for the value that you get. But one thing to mention is that there's 3 different price categories. So there's essential, premium, and executive. The essential package is what I bought, which is the cheapest of the 3, and I was completely happy with it. I really would recommend this one for beginners, especially if you're unsure if YouTube is for you and you just want to test out the waters. Then, you know, the essential version is all you need. You're not missing out on any of the content, on the community, on the feedback. If you do want to get access to some more resources and you want to do 2 cohorts in a row, then the premium version might be right for you. So the people that bought this package last year for the cohort in November, they can also take part now in the new cohort in March, and I think it can be a great way to kind of take the first cohort to learn everything and then use the time between them to implement and use this as this milestone to work towards to achieve your next goals and then learn the next things. But it really depends on like how much you want to commit and how much accountability you need. I'm still implementing the feedback that I got from the last cohort, so I'm not really in need of a next one right now. But then some of my friends who bought this package are really happy that they get to do one right away now again. And then the executive package, I don't think it makes sense for beginners, to be honest, especially if you're making your first YouTube video during the course. But even if you're like in your first year, your questions are not going to be that special. Like you're not going to be able to implement all the content that you get from the basic version. So you really do not need anything on top of that. So that's my personal thought on this. I think if you have really specific questions you want to answer, maybe you're like starting a specific YouTube project, like I know some people were using this to promote a business or they already had sponsors, then I think it might make sense. Or if you're a quite advanced channel and you really need someone who's further along to guide you with more specific questions, then this can be a great opportunity. And in fact, I think that maybe next year I'm gonna do the executive version to kind of repeat the course with a lot more experience and hopefully also a larger channel, and to then also benefit from the fact that you can actually take part in all future cohorts if you buy the executive package. But I really liked having this first cohort to just check if YouTube is even for me, if I think I can do it, like if I have what it takes to continue, if I feel motivated enough to keep going. And now that I know that that's the case, I'm gonna focus on implementing all the learnings first, and then once I'm at a point where I think I need more input, I need to get re-inspired and talk to other people who are now on that hopefully next level with me, then I'm gonna do the executive course. And then finally, if you're just like a really big fan of Ali and you want to have direct access to him, then maybe the executive version is also worth it for you. I don't know. If you're interested in the executive version, you should probably watch a video by someone who did that. So if I had to sum this all up, I would say that PTYA is both a 6-week intensive course to kickstart your YouTube journey and also a long-term community to guide you along the way. And if that's what you're looking for, then this course is for you. Now to the 5th and final part of the video, how to get the most value from the course. If you do plan on taking the course, I have a few quick tips for you to really get the most possible value from the course. Tip number 1, prioritize the homework assignments over everything. Like I said in the beginning, making videos is the most important part. And the biggest value you can take from the course is to start making videos consistently every week and to implement the feedback that you get on those videos. Without a video, there will be no feedback and no routine. So do your homework. And on that note, tip number 2, prepare for the course by already getting into the rhythm of making one video every week. I know that a lot of people had trouble uploading consistently during the course because they had never done that before. It was just so new to them, along with all this other new content, that it was difficult to keep that going. If you can get used to it already now, you will have much more mental energy left for all the other wonderful things you can learn in the course. So try to make a video every week already now, even if it's terrible and even if you don't publish it. Ideally, you should publish it for the full experience, but if that's what's keeping you, by all means, just make some private videos first, as long as you just make videos. Tip number 3, get active in the community. The people that I still see posting consistently on their channels are almost exactly the same group of people that were attending almost every single lecture and asking a bunch of questions and being active in the chat and giving feedback to others, and are still now attending the weekly community events that we have for PTYA alumni. This course has so much to offer in terms of community and accountability, so do yourself a favor and immerse yourself in this experience to take full advantage of it. You won't regret it. And finally, tip number 4, sign up for the course using my affiliate link for a free coaching session. So if you end up signing for the course, you can use my affiliate link and I will offer you a free 30-minute coaching session to get you prepared for the course so that you can get the absolute most value from it. We can go over your existing channel or the channel you're planning to make and make a strategy for your channel and see what steps you can already take now to hit the ground running when you start PTYA. And maybe we can even become YouTube support buddies. I would honestly just love to connect with some new and motivated YouTubers or soon to be YouTubers, maybe even engineer YouTubers. That would be very cool. Either way, let's be friends. If you want to know more, you can read the instructions down below and I will soon reach out to you. Now, if you have any questions left, just comment down below or DM me on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok and I'll do my best to give you some answers. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.